A retired judge woke up one morning, walked to a microphone and decided to tell Nigerians who was qualified to lead them. The same man, the one whose name is now written into Nigerian law, not as a legacy, but as a warning. When a nation must legislate against what one individual did in office, you do not need a court to render a verdict. History already has. His name is Justice Isa Salami, former president of the Court of Appeal. And the record is not in dispute. The National Judicial Council found him guilty in August 2011, guilty of perjury, guilty of judicial misconduct. The evidence was not circumstantial. A judgment he had not yet delivered in court appeared at 9 in the morning on a website controlled by the then Action Congress of Nigeria. The judgment, published before he read a single line from the bench. The man did not even attempt to hide it. Stay with this channel because what we are about to show you is the thread that, when pulled, unravels everything you thought you knew about how power actually changes hands in this country. He was offered a promotion to the Supreme Court. He declined. A man found guilty of corruption, refusing an elevation because staying where he was gave him more power to determine who governed which state in Nigeria's southwest. When the spider refuses to leave the web, it is not modesty, it is strategy. The National Assembly eventually moved. New law. Today, governorship election petitions terminate at the Supreme Court instead of the Appeal Court. A law written in the ink of one man's shamelessness. And yet, this same man has now surfaced, offering opinions on Peter Obi's qualification, on the Labour Party, on the integrity of 2023. The irony does not need decoration. Here is what the history books will record, and what the suffering of ordinary Nigerians in 2025 already confirms. If Justice Salami does not deliver the Southwest to ACN, there is no merger, no All Progressives Congress, no presidential ticket in 2023, no Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Aso Rock. You cannot steal a future without first stealing a foundation, and stolen foundations collapse, they just take the innocent with them when they do. Today, contracts worth billions of dollars are handed to one man without competitive bidding. Ports, coastal roads, a loan guaranteed by the sovereign credit of 200 million Nigerians for one individual. The people who did not vote for this government are suffering. The people who did are suffering because the fly that refuses to listen follows the corpse into the grave, and in Nigeria, we are all in the same procession now. Justice Salami should not be granted the dignity of a debate. He should be held up clearly, precisely, and without sentiment as the mirror in which Nigeria sees what happens when those entrusted to guard the law become its most sophisticated thieves. Not with a gun, not in the night, but in a courtroom, in a robe, with a gavel. The obedient movement has replied. Civil society has replied. But the most devastating reply is not a statement. It is the economy. It is the naira. It is the child whose school fees have tripled and whose father's salary has not moved since 2022. That is the reply that history is writing in real time on behalf of every Nigerian who deserved better than what corrupt men in powerful chairs decided they would get. Actions have consequences. The consequences have names, and we are all living inside them.